So explain to me what happened from the moment you left your house. Like she called you saying, "Come over, let's play Xbox," or like what happened? Like that's the part where I'm confused. Like how? Like what made you put everything in the
Before
backpack?
I left, before I left, the she had asked me. She just randomly asked did I have an ex, or I should say he, because it wasn't her. I found out it wasn't her. I apparently spoke to the real her, but that's not the point. Um, apparently I left the house. You know, she had asked me if I had Xbox One or PS4. I told her I had a 360. So she was like, okay, we'll bring that, and then we can play. And then, you know, the only games I took were Halo 3, uh, Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 2, and Naruto. So he didn't get any good games out of that. So and I brought all three of my controllers because I'm thinking, it's about to be four of us playing. Because she said her sister's boyfriend was going to pick me up and then take me over to their house. So I even took my battery charger to charge batteries. I don't have
Do
any
you even
batteries
know who
anymore.
she is? Like have you ever seen her before and stuff?
Yes, I've seen her. I
How
wouldn't
many
have went
times?
if I
Like
didn't
are
know
you
what she
like
looked.
familiar with her, or is it just like a casual thing?
Are you saying have I like personally seen her or
No, I'm
just
saying
like
is it a convenient thing where you guys saw each other a lot, or was it just like you saw her like once in a blue?
that's gonna sound stupid, but I met her yesterday
Oh,
online on an
dude,
app.
fuck, man. All right, number one, the
And
warning sign should have been, um, hey, do you have an Xbox One or PS4? And then the moment you said no, she would automatically revert the question and just be like, oh, well, bring your 360 then. It's like, wait a minute. So you're telling me, right, that you're asking me if I have a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, insinuating that you either have an old console or not. But then when I tell you no, you're asking me to bring my Xbox over. Like, why? Like, why would that even be a factor when we're not even talking 360? We're talking next gen consoles. But then on top of that, like, what pisses me off is like you did. I should have been like, if I were you, I'd been like, why do you want me to bring my Xbox and stuff? Like for her to be for her to say, oh well, I'm gonna get my sister's boyfriend to pick you, and you just met her yesterday. It's like, damn, it's like you pretty much put so much trust in this person, like already, just like not even knowing, and it's just like what? And then wait, he said to go get a cigar because he wasn't old enough, and then you did it.
yeah,
Why'd
yeah.
you do it?
Because I'm just thinking this is a casual thing. We're just going over to the house and playing Xbox. Like no big deal. And plus I'm on an app. As far as I know, the person that I'm texting is the actual girl, but
You wait, you
unfortunately
met
that's
her through an app.
yeah.
I should just. Oh my god, I want to slap the shit
Okay,
out.
okay. The reason I did that was because the first time I did this with a girl on that same app, I talked to her for 2 years before I actually went and met her. But then, it happened again. That's when that's the girl I got laid with. The different girl I got laid with was
Hell no,
another
I would
reason.
have been like, if that was a convenient thing, she would have came herself rather than have a whole bunch of like posse, like another person, her boyfriend, this and that and the third. It's like, no, hell no, dude. Like I feel bad because like when you called me, it was just like I thought you were being stupid at first, and I was like, at first I was like, did you just get an Xbox One and you just got robbed? But then like I kind of figured I was like, wait a minute, like it's a 360, but still like you got robbed. Like girls, man, and guys, it's just like
And the
when
sad part was
the sad part was you
this whole
fucking did
time.
what he said,
No,
man.
no, listen. This is what I found out instead of calling cops and whatever. This is I texted people on Facebook who were friends with her, and I saw that she was friends with people that I knew from school, at my school. So I was asking her stuff. I was like, "So, do you guys know anything about this girl?" And they were like, "It was like, because when I asked her friend, she was like, I'm her best friend, and that app or her profile on that app is fake." And you aren't the first guy to tell me or to complain to us about this or to complain to her about this. So it's not our fault you didn't want to stay out of it, and it's not our fault you went and met up with somebody you didn't know. So you shouldn't be trying to get mad at us. But and then I talked to the actual girl apparently, and I showed her the number that texted me. I was like, well, this is the number that contacted me, and she's like, that's not my number. And then the person that I've been texting, apparently claiming to be her, they knew they knew they were they were just screwing me because I was asking who I was like, well, what's the name of the guy who picked me up? And they were like, just give me some stupid names, and I'm just like, see, this is how come I know you're lying to me right now. So the girl actually told me who the guy was that picked me up, the girl that was supposed to be going to see. the one that was apparently the victim here, because everyone's been using her account or her pictures and making fake accounts for her. She showed me who
Oh
the
my
guy
god!
actually
Like
was.
you got catfished and you're gullible. What the fuck, man?
It's not that.
It is
It's
that. I
not
mean,
y'all.
it's just I would have been like, man, Brandon, hell no. Like first she's giving you fake names, then she's what would have went off on my head would have been like you're asking me for an Xbox One, PS4, but then all of a sudden you're saying, all right, 360's fine. I would have been like what made you transition into? First of all, I would have been like, I'm not gonna bring that shit either way. Like if we're all gonna hang out for our first time, I'm not bringing my shit. Like we're just gonna hang out as regular people. Like go to fucking Trader Joe's or some shit. Go to fucking Buffalo Wild Wings, or if you don't want to spend any money, hang out and do something. But I would have been like, nah, man, I'm not bringing my. That happened to me a long time ago with one of my old ass ghetto friends. Fucking, they were like, yo, bring your shit. I was like, it wasn't my Xbox. It was some other stuff, and I was like, nah, I'm cool. Oh, why don't you want to bring? Oh, I was like, nah, I'm cool. I'm cool. I kept saying I'm cool. I'm good. And they kept asking me why, but it was a whole different story to yours. Like you got I mean, I spoke about it to Tyler. It was like by the time they would have drove off, their either intentions were to sell your shit and get what they wanted, which is an Xbox One or PS4, or they just probably like did something else with it. But I'm pretty sure by now your Xbox and all your shit is gone. It's probably sold right now to GameStop or something. But that's what Tyler said. If whatever area you were in that they took off on, if we were you, we'd check the local GameStops like around those areas, like certain towns, and like, hey, have you seen a girl and a guy come in with blah 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 blah? And if they were
Well,
to
that's
say
the
yeah,
thing.
huh?
The girl was never involved in this in the first place. She was people were using her account, her
Well,
pictures, saying that.
whoever it was that led you to put your backpack in the car, I would have went to a GameStop and be like, hey, have you seen people that came in with the backpack with an Xbox or something? If any one of them were to say yeah, I would have called the cops and have them look at the video. Cause that's
Well,
that's that's fucking. They stole your
the
shit.
thing is, the reason I don't want to ask cops about anything is because they're gonna say, okay, if he didn't actually go into anywhere that belong, like if he didn't go in your car, if he didn't go in your house, you went to him, you put your stuff in his car. That's kind of your fault. They wouldn't help me. They're not
Well,
gonna
it
help
is
me.
your fault, but I would have made up a story. I would have been like, they beat me up and took it from me.
They would ask where's the scars, where's
They don't have to be scars. You can just be like, there was an arsenal, there was a weapon involved. They pulled a weapon on me, and they forced me to hand it over.
And Spencer was asking me, I was like, did you fight him? And I was just thinking, I was like, if I fought the man, I would still have my Xbox. If I fought the man for
If you
my
fought them, you
belongings,
probably would have been like in the grass somewhere, waking up 6 hours later, asking where you
I
were.
ain't no weak pussy. What you thought? I'm
Damn,
trying to defend
Brandon,
something that's fine. I'm not gonna get beat up.
I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna come down there and beat you up for I never thought you'd be that dumb to put your shit inside. I thought I really thought the scenario was you just came out of GameStop, you bought an Xbox One, you traded all your shit in, and then like you put it in somebody's car, like one of your friends or whoever it was you were with, and they asked you to get something and they just took off. That I was like, I told Tyler, I was like,
A,
this kid is gonna
a
die.
friend would not do that. I mean, they ain't that desperate. And plus, I would know where my friend lives. So I mean,
Wait, do you know who he is? Have you gotten any information
his
on him?
name is Mike Burrows.
Mike Burrows, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you out there watching this, is a manhunt for this guy. I'm so
But
mad, man. Now what? Now, what are you gonna do now?
I don't know. Besides doing stuff, filming on the actual computer, like Skype and whatnot, I can't do much.
No, I mean like, has your mom asked you like, hey, where's
I'm
your
not bringing
stuff?
this up because you know what they're gonna say. Then that's gonna. You guys don't realize this can come back and hurt you guys when y'all come down here. I can't say nothing to them about this. See, this is what I would. This is exactly what my mom would say. Something like this. See, this is why I say you should be careful about who you meet on that Xbox, and when they be claiming they're gonna come down here and
Wait
visit
a
you.
minute, but you met these people through an app. We've known you longer, damn it. I was already
Trust
at
me,
your
she
house.
would still bring up the fact that it was online.
If I wanted to steal something, I would have stole it by now.
Trust
Jesus,
me,
that's
Alex.
horrible.
She would, and then see if I asked, could you stay in the house? They're gonna definitely say no because they're
So
pretty
what are
much.
you gonna say?
I'm not gonna say nothing.
No, I mean like, what if they ask you, where's your stuff,
Well, I have a spare Xbox.
so you can play it?
No, I don't have any cords or anything for it. No controllers or nothing.
So what are you
Just
gonna do?
just have it sit here, so make it look like there's something still in here.
Oh goddamn, fucking Brandon. What if your dad comes in and be like, yo, how come there's no wires plugged in?
He ain't gonna be asking all them questions. There's enough wires over here to make it look like there's something plugged up. I mean, thank God I didn't take my Turtle Beaches. I still got my Turtle Beaches. I still got my capture card. I still
God, oh
got.
my, we had an epic day of Titanfall today, the three of us. Oh man.
I'm glad you did.
And fucking all this that whole time we were just discussing like the fucking background scenarios to your little situation. That was just Brandon, if there's a story to be learned here, it's never trust people on apps because people can catfish. You got catfished, man. That's crazy. You got catfished. Oh my god, that's horrible. That is horrible.
And
Shout outs
that's what
to.
I'm saying. Like,
No,
the
I mean
reason I.
like you got catfished. Shout outs to Autumn.
I mean, my friend was saying he was like, I wonder what would have happened if you'd had your book bag on your back, and when you went in the store, would he have still drove off, or would he wait for you to come back? And then if he did wait for you, where was he going to take you? Because obviously it wasn't going to be that girl's house.
He would have taken you to a back alley and just.
That's what I'm saying. I think he would have just dumped me off somewhere and been like, "Hey, you got to get jacked or something." He would have did something. I'd have been like, "What?"
You about
I
to
mean,
get
it could have been
fucked up,
worse.
little homie. No, man.
It could have been worse because when I walked out, I was like, I looked around, I was like, he had to have just driven around the corner. Ain't no way this man. And this other guy who saw us pull up, he just kind of looked at me, and he saw the confused look on my face. He didn't say anything. He just looked at me though, and I could just tell he wanted to tell me, or I could just tell he knew that something wasn't right because he was like, that guy looks confused. And I walk around the whole gas station like, this man. I was like, he did. There's no way he left. I was like, maybe he went to get something to eat. So I'm looking at the nearby Wendy's or the
Wait,
nearby little
did you
Mexican.
buy? Did you buy the cigar with your own money?
No, he gave me 75 cents. And he knew, but he for
You
some reason.
traded an Xbox for 75 cents.
Listen. For someone who isn't able to buy cigars, he knew how much it was exactly.
Wow.
And I'm just like, see, and there's a bunch. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want to get the cops involved because see, it wasn't even the girl herself. I mean, she could be lying just to keep her name out of it, so she won't have to worry about dealing with cops or nothing. But she made a. I mean, the whole scenario was like a legit thing. Everything sounded like it was something that's legit. I wouldn't think or have any reason to think, oh, this is possibly something fake. But I did have those thoughts run through my head before I left. I was like, what if I get in this car and this man like asks me to sniff something? I pass out and then he takes me to their house.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know how
yeah,
I got.
here, sniff some shit, and then poof.
I wasn't gonna sniff it unless he shoved it in my face. But still, I would have held my breath or something. I wouldn't have just sat there and been like, oh, and woke up when I got to the person's house. But I mean, and plus that's what I'm saying. Who makes a fake account to steal someone's Xbox? So I had
Apparently,
no.
someone who wanted yours. Oh my
So I'm
god,
just
man.
thinking, okay, I have nothing to worry about. He's not gonna take. There's nothing to take from me. I'm thinking, if anything, I was more worried that he was gonna do something to me rather than my stuff. I wasn't worried about, oh, he could possibly take my Xbox. He can possibly take my belongings.
And the story goes on.